Extraction goes cordless with a Festool CTMC MIDI extractor. Hello and welcome to Festool TV. My name is Alan. The CTMC MIDI is a cordless 18-volt extractor with a professional filtration classification of M class. Today we're looking exclusively at the CTMC MIDI, not to be confused with the CTM MIDI, which is the mains 240-volt model. The CTMC MIDI is packed with amazing features for your benefit. Let's take a closer look. When looking at extraction, consider the capacity of the extractor. The MIDI has a capacity to contain 12.5 litres of waste material. This is a nice size for general applications, as it is not so small that it'll fill up very quickly. It is perfect for those individuals on the move who require excellent mobility. The first stage in the containment and filtration of the waste is the bags. On the MIDI, you use the self-clean bags, which offer excellent anti-clogging features. But with the applications that generate very fine waste, like sanding, you will have to give the bag a little clean. You can do this from the outside by turning the airflow all the way up, blocking the hose, and then tapping this lever down a few times. This will break away any caking that may have built up inside the bag. The MIDI is available in two filtration options, L or M class. This version is the CTMC. The M denotes that it is an M class filtration extractor. The filter on the extractor can be cleaned and replaced from the outside here. Besides superb containment of the very fine dust and excellent filtration of the air, an M-Class model gives you another level of safety with the flow sensor. The extractor will give you an audible warning if there is a reduction in the airflow, for example, a bit of caking in the bag, a blocked hose, or a full bag. The M-Class model also has automatic hose diameter detection. Whenever you insert a Festool hose into the extractor will automatically recognize what diameter the hose is and will monitor the airflow accordingly. We classify the MIDI as being in our 18-volt portfolio of cordless power tools because it can be powered off our 18-volt lithium-ion battery system. But it is a 36-volt power tool, as it needs two 18-volt batteries to power the 36-volt turbine. The MIDI can run perfectly off two 5.2 amp hour batteries, which can be inserted into the battery slots here. Or you can jump to a higher amperage battery for an even longer runtime. The CTMC MIDI can also be powered off the 4 amp high-powered battery for a slightly shorter runtime. By lowering the flow rate of the MIDI here, you will massively increase the runtime of the extractor. The Festool sanding system is so efficient that you get better extraction when you adjust the airflow all the way down to the lowest setting. My favorite feature of the Festool MIDI is the Bluetooth synergy in the system. The MIDI has the Bluetooth function integrated, and included with the MIDI is a Bluetooth remote and 27mm strap. By attaching the remote to the end of the hose, you can now control the extractor from here. You can switch the MIDI on and off by pressing the big green button, or if you want to pair a Bluetooth battery to the extractor, the smaller button on the remote is really handy. Here I have a DTSC sander with Bluetooth battery that I want to pair. I can now press the small button on the remote. Notice how the blue light is now flashing on the MIDI. This is to indicate that the MIDI is now searching for a Bluetooth battery to pair with. And then I switch the sander on. The extractor has now switched on, and this battery and the MIDI is now paired. Every time I switch the sander on, the extractor will switch on, and when I switch the sander off, the MIDI will overrun a little to clear the waste and then switch off again. Perfect synergy within the Festool 18-volt extraction system. Registering your new MIDI is so important because you get 3 years free servicing and repairs, 10-year spare parts guarantee, and 3-year theft insurance. And this is all in a support package called Warranty All Inclusive. You can use the built-in Bluetooth to register your new MIDI. Use the Festool work app on your smartphone and pair the MIDI to the app. You can then also update the firmware on the MIDI to the latest version to make sure your MIDI is fully compatible with the latest products and updates. Did you notice that the remote is fitted to a 3.5 meter smooth, anti-static and extra flexible hose that comes with the MIDI extractor? The tapered 32-27mm hose is super efficient and is an absolute joy to use. And when you are done with the hose, it rolls up neatly out the way in the hose garage. The MIDI can also help you get you and your tools around site. I love being able to stack my tools on top of the MIDI using the Systock. Here you can stack and lock sustainers into place and then effortlessly roll to where you need to go, being organized and looking professional. And then when you don't want your extractor to be rolling, you can engage the brake to make sure it is secure and doesn't roll off. The CTMC MIDI is available in 2 options, Basic and Plus sets. The Basic comes with a hose, 1 self-cleaning bag, the remote and the strap. With a Plus set, you get the 5.2 energy set in addition to the basic version. At Festool, the extractor is at the hub of the system, and everything is designed around extraction. Once you have experienced the synergy of the system working with a CTMC MIDI, you will achieve dust-free professional results with everything that you do. My name is Alan. Thank you for watching Festool TV.